Okay, let's do a quick warm up, check in with how our bodies are feeling. Hope I don't trip over the weights behind me. Week 3, I finally settled into putting my weights where they need to be. Let's go side to side. Thank you for the reminder. I will set my watch also. There we go. And bring your arms up and let's make those circles. Make them as big as you can. And let's go the other way. And it just started snowing again, and those tiny little flakes that look like they're going to last forever. So the best thing I read this morning is bring our hands down to our shoulders. It was from a neurophysiologist who looks at muscle brain connections, not just gut brain. I mean, everything is connected through the brain, right? But started describing our muscles as endocrine organs that have the potential to release hope muscles to our brain with every contraction we make. So today we're going to focus on releasing all those hope muscles while it's snowing. With every shovelful, with every rep we make, we're building hope and resilience in our bodies. I'll send you the link for that reel so that you can see it yourself. That's really interesting, I think, theory. Why exercising makes us feel better, and how the muscles communicate with the brain. So we're going opposite directions, one forward, one back. See if you can feel your shoulder blades moving up and down. One more. I actually think this one feels particularly good, and I'm grateful to the person who showed me that move. It's not better than moving. It feels better than just moving your muscles together in the same direction. Waking up those muscles, shaking everything out. Warming up for the day ahead. Okay, let's shimmy those shoulders one at a time. And let's roll our necks. We're taking our time getting down to the feet, aren't we? Okay, let's look right and left. Each time, see if you can just look a little farther. And then let's use our hands and press up into your hands, but your hands are going to press down into your head. See if you can use that tension to create length in your neck. And then let's release up, pressing into your hands. Good. Okay. So let's reach back and down, up, back, and down. Sweep it up, back, pull down. One more. Up, back, and down. Good. Let's come down to our hips. Pop it out. Side to side. And some hula hoops. And reverse direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to try not look out my window. Let's make some figure eights. And reverse direction. 6, 8, and come down to your knees. Gently, gently, gently circling around your feet, working through your ankles and your toes. One more in this direction. And going, yep, there we go. 3, 2 more this way. And come up. Let's plant the ball of your foot, gently circle that ankle. Let's wake it up. See what range it's got for you today. And reversing direction. Today's not a very leg heavy day, other than being on the floor. So maybe if your ankles are a little wonky, it's a good day to be working out on the floor. And let's circle it out. Other way. Okay, and if you bring your feet under your hips, plant the ball of one foot there, and then ball change switch. Two. Getting a last snap, crackles and pops from both my knees and my ankles doing this. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your balance if you've got it, or hold on. Let's take one leg out. Do some ankle wiggles. Or you can do this and get some balance help too. And then we're going to rotate from the hip and lift. Bring it down, switch sides, ankle wiggles. So we have our countdown side steps and our upper body bands for our start. Let's lift. Good. And let's do some butt kicks. I'm going to get my timer going. I don't have that set up yet. Put someplace where I can see it. Energy into it. Go low, come up high. Start raising your heart rate. Get ready to work. Add some arms, sink down, reach up. Last one. Good. So week 3, I'm going a little, no, I was going a little heavier, would be going to black. I've been doing blue bands all along. So you can go with a little heavier band. Doesn't have to be smaller diameter like I just did. This is going to be torture for me. Let's sink down into our little squat and side step for 10 each way. This is a really tight band. 8, 9, 10. I can barely move it. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink down again. Let's go for 8. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. And back the other way for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My hips are feeling it already. Let's go for 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure your feet are not turning out and you're pushing forward. 6, shake it out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, and 2, 1, and 1. And I am so grateful to take that band off my leg for just a moment. Shake those hips out. I turn the heater down, they'll turn me up. And let's grab a flat band or some tubing, whatever you got. Wrap it around your hands. Whew. Neutral stance, palms down. We're going for, oh, sorry, we're doing the loop bands. What am I talking about? I was using yellow, we're going for green. We're going for a loop band. Sorry about that. Our flat band in all the directions is on Thursday. Woo-hee. Okay, got your band. Roll those shoulders back and down. Keep those arms nice and straight and pull apart. It's not really how far you can pull your band. My hands are right down by my hips. They're not out in front of me. And then we do little pulses and take it up and overhead. It's not how far you can pull that band apart. It's how well you're engaging those back muscles to even move the band. And pull one more time. Let's do some bicep curls. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And hold your thumbs here. We're going to reach up in row. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. And hold it here. We're going to reach up, pull down behind your neck, up, pull down in front. 2, going to 6, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Good. Shake it out. Grab a band, put around your feet. We're going to go through all of that one more time. The room is suddenly very, very warm. Switching to a little whiter band. I don't know where my big black band is. All I have is that little black band. And it's torture. That's not a torture morning. Let's sink down into our little squat. Oh good, I'm not the only one that's warm. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, little squat. 3, 2, 1, and 10 back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back for 8, 4, 7, 8. Let's go for 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go at your own pace. I'll give you time at the end. 6. Keep that little squat going. Make sure you're leading with your hips. And 4 back. 2, 2, and 1, and 1. Band goes away. Going back to upper body bands. Here we go. Pull aparts. Make sure you're using your back muscles, pulling those shoulder blades in towards your spine. And holding it apart, little pulses. We're going to go up and down 3 times. Make sure you feel your back engaging or engaging. Last time up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Up, up, up. And down, down, down. And biceps. Warming up the arms. Building those molecules of hope. Getting ready for the resilience of shoveling. 6, 8, 9, 10, and reaching up, pulling in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And last time, up and over, lat pulls front and back. So reaching up, pulling back for 6, and down. 5, squeeze those elbows in the best you can. It's easier to the front for sure. 4, 3, 2. Shoulders are feeling it. Last one. Nice. Roll your shoulders out. Let's put the bands down. You know, we're coming down to the floor. It doesn't mean the work ends, but there's something nice when you're tired about having your spine supported. You know, it's one less thing that your body is trying to do. So let's grab a drink. We have our frog pumps that start us off. I'm going to change this so I'm down on the floor the whole time. Okay. Here's hoping I don't spill water all over me. We're going to start with our frog pumps in. Oops. Let's go in about 4 seconds. Lying down, squeezing your feet together, and lifting up. Do a small lift. Keep your knees out to the side. We're not pulling our knees up. So you're getting a nice big stretch on the front of your hips. And we have 40 seconds of work. We're halfway through. Squeeze and lift. You can pace yourself. You can go faster. Maybe you won't go higher, or maybe you won't go higher, but you will get more reps in. We have 10 seconds left. Or you can go slower. Focus on how high you're getting. 2 and 1. 20 seconds off. Get your weights into position. Carefully. We're going to go into our 1 1/4 chest press and fly. So we're rolling it down. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Little pulse all the way up, all the way out to a little pulse at the bottom. For some reason, for me, having the pulse at the bottom when you're doing it like this, 1 1/4, seems to make the difference. If it feels better to you to put that pulse somewhere else in your movement, that's up to you. Go for it. Out to the side and up. Back is, you can feel your spine on the floor. You're supported. Abs are working. We have 5 seconds left. Let's do at least 1 more good rep. Up and out. Good. Let's put those weights down carefully. The weight is getting a little heavy to just fling around. And we move into our bridge with the overhead pull. I think I'm going to stick with my 15s for that and see if I can increase. Okay, hips, knees, feet all lined up, lifting up and reaching over and coming down. It helps to build the tension by imagining you're pulling that weight apart. You're not just holding on to it. Up, reach and pull as you come down. Back muscles are working. Lifting into your glutes. We have 5 seconds left. This one goes really fast. And down, put the weight down safely. And in 10 seconds, we go for a dead bug with the light weights. If you've been using 1 or 2 pound weights, I meant 20 seconds. We still have 5. When you're using lighter weights, you can go a little bit heavier. And we're just going to alternate. Think about keeping your spine very stable on the floor. It means your abs need to be braced. What your legs and arms are doing are challenging your core stability, right? So it's not how much weight you can lift, it's how much you can move, keeping your spine stable. That's what it's all about. The spine is supported by the floor. We're going to get the abs challenging. We have 3, 2, 1. Weights down. So if 2 pound weights, 3 pound weights don't feel like you're doing anything, try a 5 pound weight. You may not reach the floor. But you'll be challenging yourself and building your strength. Let's get our bands on. We're coming down for clamshells. Give you a few more seconds. And let's go. Lifting, 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 lifting. Building resilience. So many molecules of hope floating into my brain right now. It's fun to joke about the way that woman explained it, and you'll see it when I send it to you. But it's very encouraging too. Let's take our legs parallel and keep lifting. So we're working both glute med and glute max with this. Clamshell is working mostly glute max. Getting a little bit higher up. And rest. 20 seconds, flip it over to the other side. I don't know if you can hear a dog in the background. I've got Anne's dogs. They've decided to bark right now. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Up and down. And like good labs, they're on lab time. Bedtime is bedtime, and they woke me up at 5:30, which is lab time. That's what I got used to doing with Coco and Dylan. Very nice to have 2 dogs in the house again. Let's go a few more seconds, and then we'll lift our legs so they're parallel. And keep lifting. We have 5 more seconds. And let's take the band off. Lie down. We're coming into our hollow body holds. You can, if you need to, put your hands under your hips to lift. You can hold your hands out and lift whatever your low back needs to feel supported. You can take your arms up for more challenge. And we'll lift and lower. Lower first round, we're just going to keep them basic. Focusing on pulling everything in, down towards the spine. 5 more seconds. Let's do 1 more. Big exhale, hold, and release. We're going to roll it over. We've been doing breaststroke. I'm going to say let's do goalpost arms this time to pull down and just focus on that back extension. So we're going to start goalpost arms and reach, goalpost and pull. Let's get going. And pull, focus on the lift, pressing your feet into the floor. I'm facing in a way where I can't see my clock. Yes, I can. Feet press. Lift as high as you can. No craning your neck. We have 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take about 1.5 minutes. Catch your breath. Stretch what needs to be stretched. We just went into extension with our spine. Rest and flexion for a few seconds. Take another 40 seconds or so. Whew. 15 seconds, meet you on the floor. Feet together, doing frog pumps. As the frog pumps are feeling a lot easier and you want a little bit more challenge, you can always put a weight across your hip. But I think it's just fine to keep it plain. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, and lift and lower. Notice what your spine is doing. Notice if it feels supported. And focus on your hips doing the work. You're not pulling your knees together and lifting up. You can even hold it up, see what it feels like, and then lower down. Pace is yours. We have 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Bring your knees together, hug them in. Roll up, get your weights into position. We're doing our chest press to fly combo. I'm gonna roll it down carefully. And let's hit it. 1 1/4 up, 1 1/4 out in that fly. 1 1/4 up, 1 1/4 out. It's easy to just focus on what your arms are doing. I'm going to challenge you to keep your focus on what your pectoral muscles are doing. What are your chest muscles doing? Are they doing the lifting, or are you relying on your rotator cuff? Slow it down. Notice what you're feeling. Up. Up. And last one. Out. Bring the weights down safely. Hold on to one weight. We're going to go into our bridges with the overhead pull. So setting up. Pull that weight apart. Create that tension through your back. Lift and reach. Press through your whole foot. I'm feeling my hamstrings too. We're more than halfway through. Stay with me. Kill that weight, pull it apart, snap it in half, whatever it takes to make you feel like you're engaging your back, your arms, and all that upper body stability. Last one. Woo, nice work. Let's bring that down. Going into our dead bugs in 20 seconds. So straight legs, straight arms, bent knees, straight arms, your choice. Let's hit it. Looks good. About 10 more seconds. And bring that down and rest. Up, we'll grab our bands. Yes, I'm going for the tiny little black band so I can torture myself. No, just to see what it feels like. Maybe to loosen the band up. And let's go for our clams. That doesn't have to be a big move. Hips are stacked. When your knees come down, they should be stacked too. So I know it looks like my knees are hardly moving. Trust me, with the black band that's narrow diameter, my hips are crying for relief. It's all those hope molecules. 3, 2, and 1. Building resilience is a super important part of our body. Let's swing it around. Get comfy in the other position. Your head can be up, it can be down, wherever you need it. We'll go in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go. Clamshell is another one of those rehab exercises that you get in physical therapy. It's kind of like the bird dog. You start going through the motions and then you think, you don't need this anymore. Start doing it mindfully again. Yowza. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a hand and take that band off. Hollow body holds. If your back needs the support, keep your hands under your hips. If you can, do the banana roll like this. That's great. If you're already doing it like this, we're going to try to add that little roll. You have to use, you get a little momentum going. But you have to use your obliques. Squeeze that air out of your lungs. Come back to center and lower down. Lift. And lower. And lower. Good job. Okay, we're going to roll over. We're going to change our arm position again because there's so much we can do in this position. It's good for our back in addition to the breaststroke. Week 3, we're playing a little bit. Let's keep our arms out to a T, thumbs up. We're going to lift up with our arms. So to describe it, it's a pretty simple move. To actually do it well, it takes a lot of back strength. So show me what you got. Feet are pressed into the floor, glutes are squeezed so your low back is safe, and your upper back is doing the lifting. Last one. Up, bring your hands under your shoulders, rock back into child's pose. We're going to take another 1.5 minute, 2-minute break here. So let your body move organically. I'm going to tell you what stretch it needs. Maybe you need to move side to side. Maybe you just need to collapse. It's your workout. Listen to your body. I know after I do all those back extensions like we just did, it feels really, really good to come into flexion. And if your knees go wide and you let your belly go between your legs, you can relax your abs, which have also been working really hard. Let's take this moment or two to rest. I know, maybe you're saying your legs need to be stretched. And so it's natural for me to go into a frog squat like this and push my heels down, get a little bit of a calf stretch. You can't tell if I'm on screen or not. I'm not going to hop into the picture. But from here, I'm going to straighten your legs and come into ragdoll. Maybe I will center myself. So let your arms dangle, nod your head yes, shake your head no, make sure the tension is out of your neck. Shift side to side if it feels good. Just let your back extend, let your hamstrings and your calves get a nice big stretch. So we're going to go through that one more time. And we'll start in about 30 seconds. So we start with our frog squats. If you're feeling like you want additional challenge, last set.
All you have to do is set the weight right over your pelvis, right over your hip bones.
And let's hit it. Why not? We'll give it a try. Lifting and lowering. Nice. Knees stay out, hips come up. 15 more seconds. Last time we're doing this. 3, 2, 1, and done. Hug your knees in. I need to roll up to a seated position. Get my bigger weights in place. I can't do that while I'm lying down on the floor. Smaller weights, yeah, not the bigger ones. Okay, we're gonna roll back. Last round of chest press. If you want a little more challenge, you can try doing it with your feet up, but let's hit it up and out. Feel those pecs. Strengthen all those hugging muscles. We're gonna go 5 more seconds. 1 more rep, here we go. And out. Good. Now put one weight down, hang on to the other one while I rest. And use the same rest for the pullovers, same weight for the pullovers. And let's hit it. So posting your arms up to the ceiling, lift and reach. How far you reach over your head is totally dependent on your core strength and your shoulder mobility. In theory, the stronger your core gets, the more your extremities can move. So we create, what's it called? Proximal stability to create distal mobility, being strong in the core and rest. Strong in the core, mobile of the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. Okay, dead bugs coming up next. I'm gonna go for a little bit heavier weight this time. We go in 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm and leg move. And the other joints, the other limbs are perfectly still. So as your leg and arm move away from you, your back is going to want to pop up. We don't want that. We want it supported and still. That's what your core muscles are doing. Keeping your spine stable. Helping to keep your spine stable. So work, work, work. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Line up. I'm going back to my other band. We start our clamshells in 3, 2, 1. We're flying through this. Open and close. Open and close. I need to find my bigger diameter black band. Let's take that up again, parallel. So lifting with your hip, knee follows, foot's along for the ride. And then we're gonna make little circles with that knee on top, because we can, and circle back the other way. And rest. Good job. Let's do a little butt pivot, come around to the other side. And looking good. Enjoy the 5 seconds you got here. 3, 2, 1, up we go. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll go a little bit more than halfway through the round. Let's go for parallel legs. Foot's along for the ride, can't lift or lead. And let's make little circles with that knee. Woohoo. And reverse. Good. Let's take that band off. Come onto your back. And let's challenge that core just a little more. So hollow body hold, you get to choose what flavor you want to have. And let's hit it. Lift. The challenge with going side to side is to not use your hips. 3, 2, 1, finish your rep and bring it down. Hug your knees in. We're going to roll over. And you can do any of the variations we've done before, the breaststroke, arms out to the side, goalpost arms, or you can keep your head glued to your hands and just focus on the lift. Option 1, option 2. You can do a little bit of everything. You can do goalpost arms. Or breaststroke. We have 3, 2, 1. We are all done. Rock back into child's pose. Say thank you to your body. We're done with our 3 sets of work. Now we have our finishers. So I need a minute or 2 to move all my weights out of the way and get my bench into position and reset the camera. So you may also. So let's take the time, put our toys away. Grab a drink, get set up. We have our single leg squats for fun, because we like to laugh at the end of the workout. Here to standing, let me change this. No rush. Let's do a seated cat cow. So let's lift your tailbone, lift the crown of your head, and then round. And maybe because everything we've done today has been in this plane of motion, sagittal plane, let's do a little twist. So let's lift up nice and tall. Around. Stretch out all those little muscles supporting your spine. And then stick your legs straight out and reach for your toes. So 20 seconds of effort, 10 seconds of rest between sides. We're going to do our single leg squats, and then our airplane balances, and we'll get through them twice. So foot wherever you need it, down here, on top, out here, up here. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds, lift. Let's see if you can lower nice and controlled. Bonus points if you can keep your hands on your shoulders. So no swimming arms. You have to create a lot of tension within every part of your body that's in contact, and let's rest. 10 seconds, we switch sides. Ooh, it's a tight hip. And let's go. Low. And down. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep swimming arms on this side. Nice, nice, nice. Looking good. Up and down and rest. 10 seconds. Find your airplane balance. It can be an airplane balance hold. And let's go. Or we can play with that hip shift where we open the hip and lower the hip. Open the hip. Lower the hip. You can keep your hands down. And we're done. I'm going to switch sides. 10 seconds. Oh, the legs are coming down bigger. Should have closed my shade. Airplane balance on this side. Your choice to hold, keep your hands down, and do your shifts this way, which I think is harder. Good. 5 seconds. And up. We have 5 seconds. Last round of single leg. Here we go. Up and down. Nice and controlled. The more you press your foot into the floor, or your one foot against the other, or your ankle into your knee, the more stable you will feel. And rest, we're going to switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Up, woo-hoo, and down. Up and down. Good. All the way up, all the way down. Good. And rest. Going into our single leg balance. Airplane balance. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Simply hold or add the weight shifts. My legs don't want the weight shifts now, so I'm just going to hold. Lift with that, squeeze that glute, keep that leg lifted, and we're done. Tired legs, this is a big challenge. Okay, side 2, let's hit it. Last one. Open that hip, close that hip, or hold. Keep that foot lifted by squeezing the glutes. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's come out of it. Put one leg up, whatever you're sitting on. Flat back, hinge over it, reach for your toes. And switch sides. Good. And out of the way. We're gonna come down onto the floor into half kneeling. We're gonna squeeze that booty a little bit more, but just to press forward, get that stretch through your quads and your hip flexor. Lean into it. If it feels good on your knee, you can reach behind, lift up your foot. I'm pivot so you can see. So it would look like this. Optional, always optional. And instead of leaning over, which would throw me over, I'm adding a twist. So look, I'm twisting over that front leg. And let's come out of this. Let's take that front leg out to the side and glide into it. We did a lot of adductor work at the beginning. So let's check in with how they're feeling, kind of ease into it, and then hold. So you can use your arm, you can press back with your hand or your forearm, feel a deeper stretch in the adductors. And let's keep our leg there, but come back up so you're over the down knee and bring that side arm down. We're going to reach up and through. Threading the needle, reach through as far as you can. Stretch through your back. Let's do 2 more. Last one coming. Here we go. Reach and pull. And let's switch sides. So hip flexor stretch, squeeze that booty, press forward. If you can, pick up that back foot. If you don't want to, it's okay. It's like doing a kneeling pretzel instead of laying on the floor and doing it. And let's come out of that, take your leg out to the side. We'll do a couple of gliding moves into that knee. So we're moving sideways while our body is forward. And then hang out there and press that knee back. And we'll just hold. And let's come out of that. And let's do some thread the needles, reaching up, pulling through. Try not to let your knee collapse in like that. You might keep it pressed out to the side or back. Going for a nice big twist. Last one. Up, reach it through and come down onto your hands and knees. Let's do some big restorative hip circles. And then we're going to come into child's pose with the thread the needle. Let your upper back in a nice big stretch. See if you can get your head on the floor and your hips all the way back to your heels. Create as much length through your spine as you can, through your back. And let's switch sides. Let's come up to any seated position you want. Just take one arm across, You don't have to stay here too long, it's what we were just doing. Let's make sure triceps are stretched out. Couple of big breaths here. And then switch sides, so grab onto the other elbow, reach down the middle of your back there. And we'll bring that arm down and across. Let's take our arms behind, roll your shoulders back and down, see if you can lift your arms up. You can come into a cross-legged position. And then hands on the floor, bring your knees up. Take your knees side to side. And we are done. Done, 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 done. Good work today. We'll see you on Thursday.